There is a moment in every person's life, a quiet pause amid the noise, where something inside whispers, there is more to this life. That whisper is not just a random thought. That's your soul longing for its purpose. And whether you know it or not, Allah is already moving you toward that purpose. You see, life is not random. The pain you've endured, the heartbreaks you've survived, the lessons you've learned, they are all part of a greater plan. Allah never wastes your pain. He uses it. He shapes you through it. You were never meant to just survive, you were meant to thrive. And thriving starts when you align with your divine purpose. But here's the challenge. Most people don't recognize the signs. They're too busy numbing themselves with distractions, escaping into temporary pleasures, or blaming others for their struggles. They wait for clarity, but ignore the small nudges, the setbacks that were actually redirections, the closed doors that were divine protection. What you think is rejection is often Allah's redirection. Tony Robbins always says, life is happening for you, not to you. From an Islamic perspective, this aligns perfectly with the concept of qadar, divine destiny. Allah isn't just watching your story unfold, He is the author. Every delay, every difficulty, every detour has meaning. So how does Allah move you toward your purpose? 1. Through discomfort. Discomfort is a gift. Let me repeat that. Discomfort is a gift. Pain is not punishment. It's guidance. When you're too comfortable, you stop growing. Allah knows this. That's why your heart gets restless in a job that doesn't align with your soul. That's why relationships fall apart when they block your spiritual path. Discomfort forces movement. It wakes you up. If you're feeling lost, frustrated, or stuck, it might be because Allah is trying to push you to a new level. Growth is always on the other side of pain. 2. Through relationships. Our relationships are mirrors. The people around you are either helping you grow or keeping you stuck. Tony Robbins teaches that, the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. Islam teaches us something even deeper. Choose companions who remind you of Allah. Allah sends people into your life to teach you. Some teach you love. Some teach you patience. Some test your boundaries. Some break you so you can rebuild, stronger, wiser, and closer to Him. When you begin to value relationships that honor Allah, everything changes. You stop seeking validation from people and start seeking connection with your Creator. That's when you begin to attract people who match your purpose. 3. Through repeated lessons. Are you stuck in the same cycles? Same heartbreaks, same regrets, same inner battles? That's not coincidence. That's Allah repeating the lesson you haven't learned yet. Until you heal what's within, you will continue to attract the same tests. Allah doesn't want you to suffer, He wants you to rise. That's why the same test keeps showing up, because you are strong enough to pass it now. The Prophet Muhammad said, the believer is not stung twice from the same hole. Learn the lesson. Break the cycle. That's how you move toward your purpose. 4. Through silence. In a world that's always noisy, silence is sacred. It's in those moments, between the chaos, that you can hear Allah's guidance. When you feel distant from everyone and everything, don't rush to fill the space. Sit in it. Pray. Reflect. Connect. Tony Robbins calls this the power of stillness, where transformation begins. In Islam, we call it tawakkul, trusting Allah's plan when you don't see the full picture. Because faith isn't about having all the answers, it's about trusting the one who does. 5. Through passion and gifts. Every single one of us is born with gifts. Your talent is not random, it is tied to your purpose. If you're passionate about helping others, creating beauty, teaching, writing, or healing, that's not accidental. That's divine. Allah didn't just put you on this earth to make money or chase status. He put you here to serve, to grow, to give, and to worship through your talents. The Quran says, "And I did not create the jinn and mankind except to worship me." 51:56. But worship is not just rituals. It's how you treat people. It's how you use your gifts to benefit others. That's real purpose. Tony Robbins would tell you, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure. And from an Islamic perspective, that fulfillment comes when your worldly actions are tied to a higher spiritual goal. 6. Through redirection and delays. Sometimes the thing you prayed for is delayed, not denied. Because Allah knows what you don't. He sees the conversations you didn't hear. He sees the betrayals before they happen. He sees the traps ahead, and He pulls you away in the form of delay. You think your plans are falling apart. But in reality, they are falling into place. You're not being punished, you're being prepared. The job you didn't get, the person who left, the plan that failed, those were not setbacks. They were setups for something greater. That's how Allah moves you closer to your true path. 7. Through inner restlessness. You know that feeling deep inside you, the one that says, "There's more for me." That's not greed. That's purpose knocking. Allah puts a fire in your heart so you don't settle. That longing is your soul recognizing its potential. Stop silencing that voice. It's not ambition, it's calling. Don't let fear keep you small. Don't let society shrink your dreams. Allah made you on purpose, with purpose. And the moment you start walking toward that purpose, everything begins to align. The right people show up. The right doors open. The right strength rises within you. But here's the truth. It takes faith. Faith to walk in the dark. Faith to let go of control. Faith to trust that even your pain is part of the plan. Tony Robbins teaches, change happens when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of change. Islam teaches us to surrender to Allah's will even when we don't understand it. That's real transformation. So how do you align with your purpose? Pray with sincerity. Seek knowledge. Listen to your heart. Detach from what pulls you away from Allah. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your potential. Serve others with your gifts. Stay consistent, even when results are unseen. Remember, purpose isn't found. It's lived. It's not about reaching a final destination, it's about how you show up every day, in every moment, with every choice. When you align your mindset with your faith, and your actions with your values, you become unstoppable. Not because of your power, but because you are walking with divine support. Allah is not just guiding you, He is preparing you. The path may be hard, but the purpose is worth it. So kill your doubt, silence your fears, and trust that Allah is already moving you, one lesson, one prayer, one step at a time, toward the person you were always meant to become.